Welcome to our Yizkor service, a service of memory. We begin in our silver Yom Kippur prayer book on page 540 with Eli, Eli.
The waters, the crash of the heavens, the prayer of the heart.
Eternal God, we ask for your help, for our need is great. Our days fly past in quick succession, and we cannot look back without regret or ahead without misgiving. We seek to understand the mystery of our own lives, but our effort is in vain. And when suffering and death strike those we love, our faith all but fails us, and we forget that we are your children. God, help us now to feel your presence. When our own weaknesses and the storms of life hide you from our sight, help us to know that you are with us still. Uphold us with the comfort of your love. Page 546. The traditional Yizkor prayer asks God to remember the souls of our loved ones and to shelter them for eternity. But the Yizkor service on Yom Kippur has significance beyond the prayer itself. This is a moment set apart for solitary reflection, an opportunity to fulfill a sacred obligation, and it is a time to feel the physical and emotional closeness of community, the presence of other people who know what we have been through because they have been through it too. At Yizkor, we see the sorrow in one another's eyes or imagine it behind each screen. As the number 7 is a Jewish symbol of wholeness and holiness, our Yizkor service offers 7 ways to reflect on loss and memory, grief and healing. We choose alone and together from among these diverse lights. Page 549. On the loss of loved ones. The death of a loved one is the most profound of all sorrows. The grief that comes with such a loss is intense and multifaceted, affecting our emotions, our bodies, and our lives. Grief is preoccupying and depleting. Emotionally, grief is a mixture of raw feelings, such as sorrow, anguish, anger, regret, longing, fear, and deprivation. Grief may be experienced physically as exhaustion, emptiness, tension, sleeplessness, or loss of appetite. Grief invades our daily lives in many sudden gaps and changes, like that empty place at the dinner table, or the sudden loss of affection and companionship, as well as in many new apprehensions, adjustments, and uncertainties. The loss of a loved one throws every aspect of our lives out of balance. The closer we were to the person who died, the more havoc the loss creates. Love does not die quickly. Hence, to grieve is also to celebrate the depth of the union. Tears are then the jewels of remembrance, sad but glistening with the beauty of the past. So grief in its bitterness marks the end, but it is also praise to the one who is gone. Page 555. On inner strength and survival. Adonai ma adam v'teda'ehu, ben enosh vatchashvehu. Adonai, how hard to fathom that we are worthy of your care. How astonishing your awareness of us. For we are like the morning mist, our days a passing shadow. At dawn we flourish anew, by dusk we wither and fade. Sending us back to earth's dust, you tell us, return, you who belong to humanity. If only we were wise and understood what lies ahead, for when we die, we carry nothing away. We leave our possessions behind. So mark the wholehearted, take note of the upright, for there is purpose in a life of integrity. Adonai, you replenish the lives of all who revere you, and those who trust in you will never despair. Page 556, Sinai. Page 561. On the holiness of memory, we read responsive paragraphs. When I cry, my voice trembles with fear. When I call out, it cracks with anger. How can I greet the dawn with song when darkness eclipses the rising sun? To whom shall I turn when the clouds of the present eclipse the rays of tomorrow? Turn me around to yesterday, that I may be consoled by its memories. Were not the seas split asunder? Did we not once walk together through the waters to the dry side? Did we not bless the bread that came forth from the heavens? Did your voice not reach my ears and direct my wanderings? The waters, the lightning, the thunder remind me of yesterday's triumphs. Let the past offer proof of tomorrow. Let it be my comforter and guarantor. I have been here before, known the fright, and found your companionship. I enter the sanctuary again to await the echo of your promise. Page 562.
Hanesham alach vehaguf palach chusa alam alach Hanesham alach vehaguf palach chusa alam alach
Page 566. In the middle of the page, we see some questions for personal reflection. What memory of my loved one or loved ones do I cherish most? Do some of my memories still hurt? How do my memories help me to live a better life? The next candle, our fourth candle, represents our most precious relationships. As Cantor sings the next piece, Yizkor, we invite you to take a moment for personal reflection on these questions. Think about your memories, how they might still hurt you, yes, but how they also might help you to lead a better life. And you can reach into your own hearts and minds for your reflection and or use the words on the following pages to guide you. So we continue on page 567 and onward with Yizkor as we reflect quietly.
There are stars up above, so far away we only see their light. Long, long after the star itself is gone. And so it is with people that we loved. Their memories keep shining ever brightly, though their time with us is done. But the stars that light up the darkest night, these are the lights that guide us שאורה מגיעה ארצה, רק כאשר הם עצמם עבדו אינם. יש אנשים שזיו זכרם מאיר, כאשר הם עצמם אינם עוד בתוכנו. אורות אלה המאביקים בחשכת הליל, הם שמראים לאדם את הדרך, את הדרך. הם שמראים לאדם את הדרך, את הדרך.
Page 580. The 5 stages of grief. The night I lost you, someone pointed me towards the 5 stages of grief. Go that way, they said. It's easy, like learning to climb stairs after the amputation. And so I climbed. Denial was first. I sat down at breakfast, carefully setting the table for 2. I passed you the toast. You sat there. I passed you the paper. You hid behind it. Anger seemed more familiar. I burned the toast, snatched the paper, and read the headlines myself. But they mentioned your departure, and so I moved on to bargaining. What could I exchange for you? The silence after storms, my typing fingers. Before I could decide, depression came puffing up. A poor relation, its suitcase tied together with string. In the suitcase were bandages for the eyes and bottles of sleep. I slid all the way down the stairs, feeling nothing. And all the time, hope flashed on and off in defective neon. Hope was a signpost pointing straight in the air. Hope was my uncle's middle name, and he died of it. After a year, I am still climbing, though my feet slip on your stone face. The tree line has long since disappeared. Green is a color I have forgotten. But now I see what I am climbing towards. Acceptance, written in capital letters, a special headline. Acceptance, its name is in lights. I struggle on, waving and shouting. Below, my whole life spreads its surf, all the landscapes I've ever known or dreamed of. Below, a fish jumps, the pulse in your neck. Acceptance. I finally reach it, but something is wrong. Grief is a circular staircase. I have lost you. Page 583. My soul I give to you, my spirit in your care. Draw me near, I shall not fear. Adonai liv Eloi ra, ve'im ruchi keviati. Adonai liv Eloi ra. Page 584. Some more questions for personal reflection in the middle of the page. As I try to accept my losses, what helps me? What stands in my way? What have I learned? Our sixth candle represents gratitude, and we again invite you to reflect using the memories you hold in your hearts and minds, or the words on the next few pages through page 93. Those who sow in tears will reap in joy, will reap in joy. Those who sow in tears will reap in joy. Those who sow in tears will reap in joy, will reap in joy. Those who sow in tears will reap in joy. Hazorim bedima verina Yizkoru. Hazorim bedima verina Yizkoru. Hazorim bedima verina Yizkoru. Those who sow in tears will reap in joy, will reap in joy. Those who sow in tears will reap in joy. Page 593. The seventh candle is on finding peace. No other psalm, perhaps no other prayer but the Kaddish itself, is as inseparable from our experience of grief and mourning as the 23rd. One phrase, so simple and direct, yet emotionally profound, has made it so. Ki ata imadi, for you are with me. Or in the language of an earlier age, for thou art with me. To arrive at those words after passing through the valley of the shadow of death is to know, in the words of Rabbi Joshua Loth Liebman, that God contains and supports us as a mighty ocean contains and supports the infinitesimal drops of every wave. To arrive at those words is to feel at home in the cosmos, held and comforted, cared for and serene. The 23rd Psalm does not make promises that cannot be kept. The end of all evil, the eradication of suffering and pain, sunshine instead of shadows. It makes but one promise, only this: you are not alone.
נפשי שובב ינחני למגלי צדק למען שמו. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. Gam ki ylech begeit salmavet lo yirara ki adai madi shirtecha mishantecha heima yinachamuni taroch lefanai shulachan nehegit zorai dishanta vashemen roshi kosi rivaya tov v'chesed yirdefuni kol yemei chayai v'shavti b'veit Adonai le'orach yamim.
Page 597. Rabbi Menachem Mendel of Kotsk would say, Ein davar shalem yoter mi lev shavor. There is nothing more whole than a broken heart. Our loved ones live in our broken hearts, and at times that brings some measure of healing. Their acts of kindness and generosity are the inheritance that they leave behind. We feel their absence, but the beauty of their lives abides among us. As it is said, the name of one who has died shall not disappear. Our loved ones' names and their memories will endure among us. We recall those in our community, in our temple family, who have passed away during this past year. Carol Brody, Helene Coleman, Arnold Kaur, Anna Elenoff, Howard Enzel, John Grado, Doris Dolly Grunthal, Matthew Hockman, Marilyn Levitt, Eli Leslie, Gerald Nadler, William Bill Ryan, Alan Setzer, Mark Snitzer, Stanley Tenenbaum, Rabbi Sylvan Wolf, Dr. Harry Yaffe. Zichronam livracha, may their memories be for a blessing. We continue now on page 598 as we rise in body or spirit for El Male Rachamim, our prayer of memory. Merciful God, God Most High, let there be perfect rest for the souls of our loved ones who have gone into eternity. May they find shelter in your presence among the holy and pure, whose light shines like the radiance of heaven. Compassionate God, hold them close to you forever. May their souls be bound up in the bond of life eternal. May they find a home in you, and may they rest in peace. Together we say, Amen. We continue on page 602. We read together in the middle of the page. We miss them at celebrations when there is an empty seat at the table. We miss them when the community gathers and there's an empty place beside us. We miss them today and every today, with every year that passes, as our life goes on without them. Their faces, their voices, the feel of our arms around them, these are with us forever. For so it is written, love is strong as death. The love that we gave, the love we received, These endure amid the pain of loss. Thinking about all of our loved ones who we've lost, we turn now to recite the familiar words of Kaddish Yatom, the mourner's Kaddish, on page 606. Yitgadal ve'yitkadash shemei rabbah, be'alma divra chiruteh v'yamlich malchuteh, b'chayechon uvyomechon uv'chaye dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uvizman kariv v'imru amen. Yahei shemei rabbah mevorach le'olam ulalmei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemed d'kiddushah barichu, le'ela u'le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yahei shalama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel v'imru amen. May the one who makes peace in the high heavens make peace for us, all Israel, and all who dwell on earth. And let us say, Amen. We conclude our Yizkor service of memory with some words of hope. Simani kechotam alibecha, ki azah kamaveh ahava. Set me as a seal upon your heart, for love is as strong as death. Amen.